We're going to take a quick look at the workflows feature in Evalu-8, which lets you automate 80% of your manual tasks that take up most of your time. So from the dashboard, you go to Admin and Workflows, and this is where you manage your workflows and set any new ones up. So you can see all existing workflows here for anything. We've got new starter, probation, end date, if a sickness is logged, if bank details are changed, you've got any kind of workflow you can imagine. And you can also add a new workflow by clicking the add new workflow. But we will look at an existing one. So a new starter workflow is a very popular one. So if we select that, you can see there are 5 columns to set up. The first one is what data will trigger the workflow. So as this is a new starter workflow, it'll be the employment start date. You then go to conditions, and that is basically saying in what time period do you want this workflow to be kicked in based on the data that you have selected. So we want the employment start date workflow to start 1 week before they're actually due to start. And then you will choose who this affects. So this is if you want this specific new starter workflow to be, for example, your care team, you can do it by team, you can do it by site, you can do it by departments, roles, or an entire company. And then you can go to notify, and this is basically selecting who this workflow notifies. So if you have a different new starter process for the IT team in Manchester, then you do the IT team in Liverpool, for example. You can create unique workflows that are bespoke to them and only notify the relevant people. So you select who you want to be notified. You can notify the employee, you can notify line managers that they report to, or anyone within department size, roles, or teams. It's entirely up to you. And then finally, you set the events that take place within that workflow. So if it was a new starter in IT, you might have to get them, all the company documents might be number one, sign the contract, get them set up on their new equipment, get them trained on the system. There's an absolute variety that you can do, and you set all these in here. And then once the new starter workflow is kicked in, the relevant people will be notified of the relevant tasks, and you can monitor them and make sure that everything is done on time.